What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's the first week of October.
Any.
Big volatile moves this morning. Very big moves.
ASTC. VBIV, VBIV. NIHD, NIHD. Any, BKS, BKS, SLS, SLS, any. GERN. BKS, BKS, any. BKS. SLS. NIHD.
I started the week. 1 second, let me send this last one out. GTXI. This is the crazy one for today. GTXI, we got a couple to go over, but real quick. I started the week negative. I took a loss on SYN of $300. That was on, when was it? Monday. I didn't trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then today I took a trade. Well, I took 2 trades. And then I made back everything I lost, that $300, and then I over doubled what I lost. I made a profit today of $671 right at the market open on GTXI.
NIHD, NIHD, NIHD.
Let me close that out real quick. So just to show you guys real quick, let me bring this over. I quickly got in on this at the market open when it was just breaking over this 250 mark. And right when the market opened and I seen it was getting momentum and breaking over 250, I quickly scalped in for 1,000 shares. I got filled at 260 and I rode this up, and I tried scaling it out on this, but I scaled out in the same area. I scaled out 500 shares with a profit of 44 cents for $219, and then I sold my last 500 when it was testing this $3 area, and it failed to break it, and when it pulled back, I sold my last half, and it filled me right at the same spot. So a profit of 400 and what was it? $439 on this. And then I also took a swing on this. Let's see. Right here. And then on Thinkorswim, I just opened this account. I opened this as a small account challenge. I threw a lousy $500 into this, and I said, let's see what I can do with $500. And this got it up to a really good start. I got in on this yesterday. I bought 280 shares at $1.94 here. And I said, what the heck? Let's go for it. It just had a big gap down. Now it's getting momentum as it's spiking up. This morning I woke up and it was testing this 250 level. Pulls back to $2 and then goes up to 250. Why didn't I take my profits? Because I knew this one could be very volatile. It just had a huge gap down, and I knew this could get a good kickoff to this small account right here, and I was right. And same thing with this. As soon as the market opened, this started spiking up, hitting highs and highs and highs. I did get greedy on this though, as it hit a high of 334. I sold at 277. So I missed out on 60 cents in profit, all because I got greedy. And I sold the 280 shares at 277. And it says here on the Thinkorswim that I made 380. So $380 with the lousy 280 shares, that's pretty good. So I made 380 here and 439 on Charles Schwab, all within the first 5 minutes of the market open. And I barely ever trade the market open like that. I just seen a very good opportunity on GTXI and took advantage of it. Let me close this one out. I opened Thinkorswim as a little small account challenge and also a little swing account challenge. I want to base my TD Ameritrade account more on a couple week swings. I want to get more into swinging. So, and then look at GTXI. This is on the 2-minute. Let's bring up the 3-minute. This opens at 250, spikes to a high of 335, and then quickly falls down to 222. And now it's starting to see its first bounce after this huge down sell right here. Now I did start recording this just when this was in the downtrend. I should have recorded the market open. I don't know why I didn't, but I was recording the level 2 during this downtrend, and I'll post it later. But to show you, the bids started stabilizing with big shares of buyers, and then it just got quickly chipped away, and the downtrend continued. And when these are in the middle of their downtrend, it's best just to let the downtrend play out. Don't ever try to predict the bottom on a downtrend. It's like catching a falling knife. And then we got VTVT. VTVT just popped up out of nowhere. You can see here it went from 87 cents to a high of 618, and then gives it all back, then continues to downtrend Thursday. Today it gaps up to this $4 area. And you can see it quickly popped over $4 to 436, and then it pulls right back to this 350 area. And then from 350, now it's uptrending up, testing this $4 area again. And it's looking pretty good. This is a great U-shaped pattern. This is what I'm saying. Let that downtrend play out. Let it stabilize. Let it start forming higher lows. And look at that. It makes a perfect U-shape and breaks out. This is opportunity right here. This is what you look for. This gets me pumped seeing stuff like this. This is when people say, oh, you can't predict the market. The market's unpredictable. Yeah, right. Look at this. This is beautiful. You got a failed spike right here. It pulls back to a mental area of 350, stabilizes, makes a higher low, starts moving up, making a U-shape. Even at the break here of $4, you got a pop up to 426. That's a 26-cent pop up right there. That's opportunity. And then we also had OGEN popping up before the open. OGEN It's a previous day top gainer, topping out at 371 and then getting a couple day pullback here. Yesterday it had a nice little pop from $1.22 to $1.74. And then pre-market here, this just popped up out of nowhere from $1.30. This pops up to almost $2. Now it's just going sideways here at around 260, 275 area. But I had my eyes really close on GTXI today. This was looking really good. And look at this. This happened a few times this year. And this is the importance of being in the market every day and visually seeing and analyzing what's happening. This is like the third stock that's done this year. They have a huge gap down. It starts to either trend down, and then the first day it breaks out of this cycle or it gets a great bounce from this huge gap down. It gets a great rip on this. And this is why I felt comfortable holding this on TD Ameritrade and swinging this overnight, because it finally broke out of this. It was looking to have its really first green day. Yeah, it was happening after hours, but that momentum can carry over into the next day, and that's what happened. And look at this, opened up, and you got a great spike here to kind of fill this little gap right here. And this has a lot of room to run up. This was at $22, and it gapped down to $1.88. And people just realized, hey, this is at a bargain price. This is oversold on the RSI big time. And it's a 12 million in float stock. And look what happened. It hasn't been down to this $1.80, $1.50 level in never really. Look at that. This has always been an established stock from $5 to $20. You know, way back here, this was at $250. So it's never seen this dollars area. And it's never had a gap down like that as well. Yeah, it did right here. But look at, even if you go back and look, that big gap down, you know, it went sideways here, and then you got your big green day right there. And then more consolidation, and then you got another pop. More consolidation, another pop. That's what traders look for on these charts. They see bargain prices, and that's what this was. There was also one more I wanted to go over. Where is it at? VXRT, I think it is. This was, yeah, right here. VXRT was just going ham on the scans. 460 up to 650. Okay. So even going and zooming out on this, you know, yesterday this had a gap up into this $5 area, and then right at the market open, this spiked from 425 up to a high of 764. Pulls back down to 450, grinds up to 580, pulls back, then hits 650, then goes sideways. And if you zoom out of this, you can clearly see this 650 is a resistance. And look what happened. It pulls back, and it's hanging around this area, and it opens right at this old support right here. And it fires up all the way back up to this old resistance, and it stopped right there, and it pulled right back. Beautiful. That's awesome to see something like this. And that's why it's very important to look at the charts and look at the history. 462 spikes up to 650. That's a $2 move right here. That's so sweet. And the overall market's down right now. I also think GE had a good gap up as well. Yeah, look at that. GE was at $11. Now it's hitting $13.30. But see, GE CEO Larry Culp will receive compensation package of up to $21 million a year for the next 4 years. This made this spike from 1266 to 1330. If I zoom out, going all the way back to Monday, this had a huge gap up. And then you can see it sold off and just went sideways, sideways, slowly but surely grinding up. And then this news release gapped this up and spiked it. But we're only in 45 minutes into the market open. A lot of action still can happen. But as a day trader, every minute that goes by on a Friday, you're losing more and more and more volume. And I normally never trade on Fridays. Never. Every moment you're losing volume on Friday. And that's why I felt good taking this trade right at the market open. And I barely ever do that. It is so volatile. But the conditions were right. What I looked for, I was watching this very closely pre-market. And it's all about preparation. Pre-market, you're not on your phone. You're not on Facebook. You're in the scanners. You're analyzing the level 2. You're analyzing the times in sales, the volume bars. Well, you can't really analyze the volume bars too much. Well, yeah, you can. You can see the little bit of ascending there in the candles. But I knew 240 was a resistance. And this was slowly creeping up over 240 up to 250. As soon as the market opened, this popped up over 250. It pulled back real fast to 240, and then it popped up to 250 again. And I was just seeing huge buying on the bid and the ask over here really fast getting chipped away. And huge green and light blue on the times and sales. So I got in and this ripped up immediately to $3. And that's when I started to sell my position. Because I knew $3 would act as a mental resistance. And when I'm up in profit, I like to lock in. This thing just keeps going down and down and down and down. I believe I seen a huge seller on this too. It was like 40,000 shares. It's long gone. But if you go back maybe the last minute, you'll see a light orange I believe it was like 44,000 share seller. 44,000 shares. That's almost $100,000. This thing's crazy. Very, very volatile. And that's it. Exactly what's happening. People got in on this after hours. They got their profit here on the morning spike. And now they're all taking their profits and calling it a day, calling it a weekend. Or they're breaking even. Or they're selling for a loss. And just for a heads up for all you guys out there, Monday is a holiday, but the markets will be open. But if you're on a cash account or if you're on a settlement thing, they said funds, the market will be open, but it won't be a settlement day. So if you're on a cash account and you traded Friday, typically your funds would be settled on Monday. With it being a bank holiday, your funds will not be settled on Monday. So more than likely they'll be settled on Tuesday. So just giving you guys a heads up. I wouldn't want to see anybody make a mistake like that. So make sure and verify with your broker if you're good to go Monday or not. It just keeps downtrending and downtrending. And even VTVT is struggling to hang above $4. Having patience. This is currently in the trend right now. A very, very steep trend. Looks to be about right. A lot of rookie traders. I've done it for a long time, a lot of months. I was always that trader that would compulsively buy at the tippy top, and then it'd fall right back down on me, and I'd wonder, why am I losing? Why am I losing? And you do it enough, you're going to get sick of losing. You really are. And you're going to see it over and over and over again on your charts. And that's why your trades can be the biggest, your biggest learners. You start to see, okay, I bought here at the top. It pulled back down to this level, bounced, and came right back up to it. Okay, this is a pattern. Okay, I see it now. But we're ending the week green. What can I say? This is awesome. Looks like LAVB's starting to go off. See, and this is a previous gainer too. And look at this. You got this down selling, selling, selling. And this is a pattern as well. You can see it's making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Stabilizes, starts to make a higher low. And now it's starting to U-shape. These stocks love U-shaping. Look at this. Down from here. Drops off, making lower lows. Stabilizing, making higher lows. U-shaping back up. Breaks out, pulls back. Look at that. That's why I love looking at charts. That almost looks like a middle finger. I don't even look at the 1 minute no more. The 1 minute is just too much noise. The 1 minute would be the only time frame I've ever looked at. And then after reading how to read the market in different time frames, I look at it. What I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I look at tickers now in 8 different time frames. I look at the 2 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, 15 minute, 65 minute, the daily, weekly, and monthly. And I also added something to my swing chart, SENS. This just has a good pattern that's repeating over and over. You can clearly see on this. It's in an uptrend. It's trying to stay above the 50-day currently, but it keeps bouncing off this 200-day. And it keeps coming right up through the 50-day and up to this resistance line. And it's a nice dollar bounce too every time. But that's it for this little market recap, guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you study up. Join me for the live stream over the weekend to go over the market. I hope you guys ended this week green. If not, hey, that's okay. Don't be discouraged. Look at it as a learning experience. Look at it as you got to study harder. You study your butt off at this. This stuff doesn't come easy. I spend hours and hours studying and studying and studying, being humble, never getting cocky. I was down start of the week Monday, $300. And I didn't take a single trade the rest of the week until today, Friday. And I've seen a lot of these stocks spike and make huge runs. Having the discipline and the patience to wait for your setup. And then today, patience, discipline, and studying paid off. I took a great payday. I made back what I lost and then some. So I started the week negative, but I'm ending the week now positive on the week. Up almost $700 to end the week. So let's go. Let's get it. All right, guys. Be patient, stay disciplined, and study, study, study. I can't say it enough. Later, guys.